Well, he's a young man with a life-changing story to tell.
The high school athlete was nearly killed, but battled back despite the terrifying experience.
And Fox 59's Mike Sullivan has a story, one you'll see only on Fox 59.
We get in, we get out today if we get after it.
Scars of today become the stories of tomorrow.
Hey, we're moving our feet.
Each mark a journal entry etched in skin.
Time!
Completely inescapable.
We preach that all the time, that wrestling prepares you for life.
Javon Ross is a three-time All-American wrestler at Warren Central High School.
Ross can beat anybody.
Undefeated in middle school. State-ranked as a freshman for head coach Jim Tante.
He's one move away from putting everybody away.
And one move from being lost forever. That moment permanently embedded just inches from his mind.
The first thought was, man, the man upstairs has a plan for him.
Second time! By May of this year, no one was sleeping on Ross.
Everybody fears him.
His eyes firmly set on winning the Disney Duels tournament in Florida.
It's in Win magazine. It gets a lot of publicity in a lot of pubs.
Some of the best high schoolers in the country, turning Disney's wide world of sports into their personal showcase. Ross had been twice. He was just a month away, dreaming of it.
I was in my bed, just laying down, and I heard some car screeching.
And as they were going down the street, they were shooting at the car behind them.
The bullet goes flying through my window.
The glass broke, he kind of looked, and that's where it hit him. If it doesn't, it hits him right here.
If I didn't turn around at the time, it would be probably in the back of my skull.
The errant shot resting a hair from his brain, with his future
inches
from being lost.
It kind of looked like almost like a cigarette burn. I mean, it was bleeding and it was raw.
We only lived like 5-6 minutes away from the ambulance, so we drove there.
The family thinking the wound came from the shattered window.
There was a time when they had the IVs in both of his arms and they were burning, and Javon doesn't cry and he doesn't, tell you he's hurting. And to see the tears, streaming down the side of his face, and he was in pain.
He laid in the hospital bed for 12 hours, the bullet still inside.
It's a lot like him on the mat. There's nobody that can help you right now but you.
Doctors choosing to remove the bullet the next day.
The first day I was in the hospital, I was thinking about when I was going to get back.
No freebies here.
That burning in his veins, pain in his forehead.
It hurt to smile, it hurt to talk.
Somehow invigorating him just weeks after his brush with death.
I was jogging, I was running, I was getting up in the morning. My coaches found a mask, headgear with a mask on it. So without my parents knowing, I just got into a little wrestling.
And with just 2 days before Disney Duels, 23 days from being shot, he was cleared to compete.
If you'd have asked me on May 30th, I'd have told you there's just no way in heck this is going to happen.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Ross somehow walking to the mat in Florida.
Basically, just wondering exactly if we're doing the right thing.
His mask on, forehead still swollen.
When you're wearing it, pretty hard to breathe.
In the very first match, we're 3/4 way through the match, and he rips the mask off and throws it over towards me.
Even though he's been cleared, I'm like, what if?
He not only won,
oh yeah,
he kept winning.
More than one of them.
Eventually seeing Ross encounter one of the toughest competitors in his weight class.
I was getting nervous, I'm like, man, this is not going good.
His opponent desperately trying to pin him.
I was losing pretty bad.
Down 13-3, 1 second to go.
Out of anger, he just grabs the mouth open and just tries to rip it off backwards.
The plastic pressing to his forehead as his body flops to the mat. Referees calling for disqualification.
I wasn't gonna let the pain bother me in the match because I just had to go.
I was concerned where he was at emotionally. He bounced back, and bounced back well.
After 3 weeks without training, without preparation, he left Florida nearly flawless.
I think I went 7-1, 8-1, lost one match.
His medal now left on his dresser as a daily reminder, with his scar a constant flashback.
Seconds to extra. I couldn't hear you. Seconds to extra.
Forever symbolizing the story he lives to tell.
Mike Sullivan. Ross says that he currently has no lingering effects from being shot. He plans to become a physical therapist when he's older so he can help other injured athletes get back to the sports they love. Until then, he is focused on Brownsburg this Saturday for the team's first match of the season.
Good luck to him.